So let's all get comfortable. And just remember, this is about being with our body right now. I tend to connect with people who have this, giving energy. And it can deplete you and before you even realize it. And one of the ways to kind of like make sure that you have you have some stuff just for you, because you deserve it too, is to do that like sitting into your body. So notice the textures, notice, what hurts and, what's different, and notice, just do a little bit of noticing. What is tight? What is loose? I'm also going to remind everybody to please just mute yourselves if you haven't already. Okay. What have you been holding in? I don't even realize how much my shoulders are up when I'm watching or reading or talking. So just notice what position your neck and your shoulders are in. Move your neck around if you want to. You got to do what works for you. So if you want to move it back a little bit. I went to a chiropractor recently, and he gave me these motions, right? So it's the yes, and it's the stretch, which is the no, and it's the maybe. And even a little bit of laughter can be good to release some of that tension. So we'll start with, I'm feeling just like a very basic connection with the body, not a full scan, but maybe kind of like 4 touch points, just noticing what's going on with your feet and your legs. Decide for yourself what position is most comfortable. So if your feet are on the ground, I want to invite you to plant them flat on the ground. Feel that foundation beneath you. And then we're going to move to the middle of the body, the hips and the lower back. Notice that balance that you're looking for between relaxation and dignity. And notice if there are any shifts that you want to make in your body to find balance. And that begins, if you can do this, with a belief that balance is possible. And to come into that possibility. You don't even need to believe it fully. Just open your mind to the possibility that balance is possible. And notice how your body is experiencing balance right now. Between the different sides, your right side, your left side, planted on the chair or the couch. Notice, now we're going to move to the shoulders and the neck. Notice if you are struggling to look down, see if you need to make any adjustments. Well, if I do that, then everybody's going to be tilted. We don't want that. And start to breathe into your upper back and your shoulders. Notice the experience of expanding and contracting. Notice that into your back rib cage. We're going to notice and stay with the
the back ribs just for 3 more breaths. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And again into the back and out. Now imagine this breath is now actually filling the stomach, expanding forward and out and back. You can even put a hand on your stomach if that is interesting to you. And not with any great effort. There's no effort needed in this. No striving. And when you feel yourself trying, just give yourself permission to relax and trust that your body and your brain can take it from here. Breathing in and expanding that stomach. And finally, we're going to the face. The face and the head, noticing if there's anything tense in your face. And it can be really hard to release that tension. And it doesn't just happen like that. But we can usually find one thing that finds a release. Maybe it is the area around the jaw that feels a little less tense. For me, the space between my eyes, I'm always so concerned, allowing the caring and compassion to be here with us. Noticing if there's any tension around the ears. And releasing in a way that just feels good. Maybe it's not perfect, because there is no perfect way, but just finding a little release. Now, when I was walking this morning, I was in a very open space. I don't literally mean like physically open. I mean, my heart was open. And when my heart was open, a feeling came in that I was not ready for. And it was it was fear. And I sat with it for a little bit. Normally, I just push it away. But I felt ready to sit with it a little bit. And after I did that, this Jewish song came to my mind. Kol haolam kulo, gesher tsar meod. All of the world is a very narrow bridge. Veha'ikar lo lefached klal. And the main idea that we should carry with us, that we can carry with us, not should, can, is to not be afraid. Kol haolam kulo, gesher tsar meod. Veha'ikar lo lefached klal. All of the world is a very narrow bridge. And the main idea is to not be afraid. Hmm. And it got me thinking about this path that all of us are on. And this belief that there are places of safety and happiness and joy, and paths sometimes that feel very narrow. And so I actually wanted to ground us. Somehow, being in that place made me a little bit more open to joy. So I'm going to invite us, after a period of just a minute of breathing, that we are going to go on a journey, and we will be together in this. And the next time you hear my voice, we're going to begin that journey. And so, in the next minute, I just want you to focus on your breath, noticing what's going on in your body. Bring your attention continually back to the breath. And when your mind begins to wander, if it does, bring it back to your breath. You can focus on the ribs. You can focus on the breath in your nose, that cool sensation. And if there are any distracting noises, which there always will be, using that as a wonderful opportunity to bring the focus back. To bring the focus back and let that sound be without attending to it. So putting 1 minute on the clock. The next time you hear my voice, we're going to start a journey together. In front of us is a path. Maybe the path is of sand. Maybe it's bricks. Maybe it's a boardwalk. Whatever it is inviting, supportive, beautiful. And you take one step forward and then another until you are walking at a comfortable pace. Noticing what's around you. Maybe it's trees. Maybe they're tall, or maybe they're short. Maybe there's water on one side and something else on the other. Noticing what time of day it is. Maybe the sun is out, maybe the stars are shining. Noticing what that looks like. Feeling those rays of light in whatever form they are, just shining on you as you continue exploring and walking this path. If there are flowers, get close and smell them and touch them. If there is sand, enjoy the sensation between your toes. If there is wind, imagine that sensation on your face, in your hair. Notice what you're hearing in that space. Maybe it's sound of water crashing or trickling, leaves blowing, or animals making noises. Walking this path and feeling a little joy, a little humor in this space. And as you're walking, a space opens up in front of you. You see this open, expansive space. Maybe it's a garden, maybe it's a beach or a meadow, maybe it's a mountain, maybe it's a waterfall. Just to feel that openness. To allow that sensation to be inside of you, that freedom. And standing there. And as you stand there, something catches your eye. And you can get closer to it. Or maybe it'll get closer to you. Notice what it looks like. And as you're touching it, or maybe you're just experiencing it a little bit close without touching, it gives you a word. And just accept the word. No need to judge the word. No need to judge. And allow yourself to find a place to sit. Maybe it's where you came from. Maybe it's in that expansive space. That's up to you. Maybe it's on the path itself. And start feeling that breath again, noticing it, breathing in and breathing out. Coming back to the breath again, focusing on it for 1 minute. We're gonna come back breathing together as a group. Feeling a collective of people who also are seeking expansiveness and peace. Coming back to this phrase, Kol haolam kulo gesher tsar me'od. All of the world is a very narrow bridge. And the main point is not to be afraid. Kol haolam kulo gesher tsar me'od. Gesher tsar me'od. Gesher tsar me'od. Kol haolam kulo gesher tsar me'od. Gesher tsar me'od. V'ha'ikar lo lefached klal. V'ha'ikar lo lefached klal. And the main idea is not to be afraid. So we'll come back together, breathing 3 big breaths, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and out. And one final breath in and holding it at the top and out.